Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am here to bring you guys my April favorites. I cannot believe how fast the month of April flew by. We have been super duper busy all month long in my family. We have tons and tons of birthdays and different events and everything going on. So I really don't have a whole lot of products, but I just wanted to bring you guys a few things that I have been incorporating into my routine and things that I've fallen back in love with. So I am going to begin with the makeup products. The first thing I want to share is the NARS, I think this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Custard. When I first got this, which was last year for my birthday, I felt like it was a little dry. And I don't know if I was just applying it wrong. So it's been kind of on the back shelf for a little while now. And I was like, I'm running out of my favorite Fit Me by Maybelline. So I was like, let me go on ahead and give this another try, just because I'm trying to use up some products, because I'm slowly trying to transition into using all cruelty-free products or natural products. So I'm just trying to use some things up right now. So I pulled this out and I looked it up, and it actually is cruelty free, in case you wanted to know. But I have fallen in love with this because like I said, at first I didn't really like it too much, but I like it because it sets to a really nice natural finish. Now, like always, I will always and forever set underneath my eyes, because I do have fine lines, mainly on the inner corners. So just to make sure that product doesn't gather there, let me slow down. I always set underneath my eyes, but I have been loving this and I really like the shade. I feel like NARS products, they have a really good range of colors, especially for women of color, because they do have a nice yellow undertone to a lot of their foundations. So this has been a favorite for show. The next thing here is the ColourPop K-Pop Bronze Me Bronzer, which is just this beautiful warm tone bronzer. And the tool that I've been using to apply it is the Real Techniques sculpting brush. So this combo here is so beautiful. It applies, so I put it on today just so you guys can see it in reference. But I feel like on the days that I don't wear too much on my face, if I just maybe spot conceal a little bit, but I want to bring some warmth into my skin, this is what I would reach for. And I think it blends out so nicely. It's really creamy, but it doesn't move all over the place once you put it on. It's more like a cream to powder finish, like most of the ColourPop products. But I have absolutely been in love with this. I'm gonna give you guys a swatch, and I do have a full video of all the K-pop products, but that's it right there. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful bronzer. I think I told you guys before that I am a big fan of a warm toned bronzer with even just a little bit of subtle shimmer, and this is exactly what that is. And it's really easy for the days that I don't feel like doing a whole lot. So moving on. Now, ColourPop also came out with their brow products. It's probably been about a month or two now. I want to say when I did my March favorites, it maybe came out the week before or something like that. So I didn't want to include it in there because it just wasn't long enough. But the color that I have been using is the Redhead in the brow color, which is the color Pots. And as you can see, I have been using the shit out of this. I think it is a really good match to my hair color. It applies really nicely. I will say I think the formula is different for each color, because I ended up getting 3 colors. I got the Redhead, let me pull them out. So I got the Arched Auburn and then the Bangin' Brunette as well. Now with the redhead, I feel like it's definitely more of like a whipped moussey consistency. So what I'll do is like I'll scoop just enough up on the brush, and then like I kind of like smooth it out a little bit so I can get like a nice smooth application and a nice thin layer of product on my brush. But with the Arched Auburn, it's such a dry formula. Like I cannot get like a good application with this no matter what I do. And as you can see, like I tried, and the sad thing is I actually do like this color because it's really good for the days that I have no makeup on and I don't want like really bold brows or anything. I want just like, you know, enough to kind of fill in my eyebrows. And this, it would be perfect if it was just the right consistency. And then out of all of the colors, the Bang & Burnett was definitely my favorite formula because it's definitely more creamy than anything else. Like with the redhead is more moussey, but this one is definitely more creamy. So I kind of wish that the Bang & Burnett or the same, or that the redhead would be the same consistency as the Bang & Burnett. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. But I do like this color as well. I like this color when I'm really, really going bold with my eye look and I want to darken up my eyebrows just so they're not lost in the sauce. But for, you know, my monthly favorite, it's definitely the redhead because I have used this one the most. So moving on, I told you guys that I will give you a more in-depth review of the ManeChoice products that I received in my, I think it was the Curl Box Natural. I'll double check on that and I'll just put it up on the screen. But in the box, it came with the shampoo and conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, an oil, and then a 1 month supply of the Metabolism hair growth vitamins. So I told you guys that I was going to like work the whole system the month of April. That way I can give you guys an in-depth review. Well, I set myself up for failure. I was doing really, really good like the first 2 weeks with the vitamins and everything, but I failed, you guys, and I stopped taking the vitamins. There wasn't any adverse effect. Like I didn't feel like I broke out or anything, so that's a plus. I do, however, feel like my nail growth like shot. Like it was so crazy because I usually go about every 3 weeks to get my nails done, and I got down to like that last week and I was like, if I don't go and get my nails done, like my nails were looking busted, yo, like so bad. They grew out so much and I was like, I can't do this. And so like between me just not being very consistent with it, I just fell off the track with the vitamins, which I kind of knew that I was going to have a hard time doing that, but I was trying to stay dedicated and just shit happened, you guys. I'm sorry. But I did continue to use the shampoo, conditioner, the leave-in, and then the oil, which it doesn't even look like I've used a lot, but I do oil my scalp with this probably about every other night. Which I do like because I feel like it's not super oily. I like that it has the nozzle. It makes it really easy for me to like, you know, make my drops and then like massage my scalp with that. But let's just dig into, you know, the things that I loved in the system. So the shampoo and the conditioner, both of them are infused with biotin and vitamin E. I'm pretty much about down here with the conditioner, which is normal because I have a lot of hair, and I'm about up to here with the shampoo. I wash my hair probably twice a week each week in April, so it shows you like, you know, this can really like, you know, last you at least 2 months. Maybe not the conditioner so much because when you have a whole lot of hair and you need to detangle and all that good stuff, you really need a lot. But let me give you my review on the shampoo first of all. It says it's a detangling and hydrating shampoo that's supposed to help with growth and retention. So it's definitely, its claims, let me tell you that, its claims is to cut wash days in half, gently removes the buildup, no stripping, removes knots and tangles. So when I first used this, I made sure my hair was like dirty as hell because I wanted to give it a good go. So when I initially used this, let me say the scent is like, it kind of reminds me of like an artificial grape scent, which is fine. Like I'm kind of big on scents, but it's all right anyways. But I definitely feel like this gave me a nice clean wash without the stripping like it claims. It was very moisturizing. I was able to work my fingers through my hair if I was to like run across the knot or anything. It had a nice lather to it, which I do appreciate, especially when I need to get a deeper clean. So I would give this an A+ for sure, because its claims is exactly what it does. I feel like the wash day did go a lot smoother because I wasn't having to detangle as much because I've stripped so much out of my hair. So I definitely love the shampoo. And the conditioner is the same scent. It's more of a thicker type of creamy consistency, so it's got nice lip to it. So but the thing was, like, it's still thick enough to where like it doesn't move around so much. So I did end up using a lot more, but however, I was able to detangle with just this conditioner. Most of the time I end up adding like a mask of some sort, just something to like really condition and nourish my hair. And I was able to just use this, which is how I'm like down to so little right now. But I did like that a lot, and I feel like even when I only use this with my shampoo and conditioner, I think I told you guys before that I try to deep condition every single time. So there was a time where I used this and my mask to leave on for like, you know, however long, and I feel like it worked well with that mask, and it also worked well by itself. So really like this one. And then the 3-in-1, which is the Revitalize and Refresh conditioner, it claims to be a co-wash, a leave-in, and a detangler, and I tried it all 3 ways. On the day that I decided not to use the shampoo, I used this as my co-wash, and then I rinsed it out, and then I used it as the leave-in. And I will say both ways, like, it has almost like a minty, I wonder, let me see, okay, yes, it's infused with biotin and tea tree. So the tea tree is where you get like that cooling effect and that really like a deeper clean without, you know, using a shampoo. So I definitely can say that I like this as a co-wash. However, it would not be my favorite because I already have some favorites. I felt like it was a little too heavy as a co-wash, if that makes sense. But then as a leave-in, I have been loving this as my leave-in conditioner, and for the most part I have been able to use this product alone, like, you know, without any other product. I wanted to test it out that way, and it really gave me a lot of moisture, a lot of slip, so I was able to detangle through my comb or my curls, you know, no problem. And it doesn't leave any buildup. So like once I got out of the shower, like, you know, I just kind of blot my hair a little bit, and then I put this in. And sometimes with like certain products, like it'll be like a white film, or like, you know, when you're really trying to make sure that you're working everything in, there's like some whiteness from the product still. This did not leave that at all. It was a really thick consistency. It's yellow in color. I don't love the smell, I will say that, but it is a awesome leave-in conditioner, and I will actually be repurchasing some of this again because it was just that nice. As a detangler, like I said, like I was able to get through my curls really easily, and also it gave me a lot of curl definition, like some curl definition that I didn't think that I could have for a while. So I have really liked the trio of the ManeChoice shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in for sure. So these are highly recommended. And then again, with the oil, I almost feel like, you know, most oils have about the same ingredients. This one says that it's infused with biotin, vitamin C and D. This one is good. I just don't notice anything miraculous about it to mention. So I would say the treat, or everything as a whole, probably would have been even better if I would have stuck with this. But you know, a girl can only do so much. All right, so now I'm moving on to the last few things. All right, I'm moving on to the last few things here. My battery is starting to die, so if I cut out, I'll be right back because I got another battery. Matter of fact, let me just keep going. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to mention, this is lifestyle stuff, was the passion flower herbal what the heck am I saying? Passion flower extract. Okay, so I listened to the Friend Zone podcast, which has Hey Friend Hey, Asante, and Dustin. I forget his last name. I don't know. I'll leave a link to the podcast app. But I listen to them a lot. I love Hey Friend Hey. I'm a subscriber to her YouTube channel. I just love everything that she's doing, and she's just good. So in one of their recent podcasts, she mentioned the passion flower extract being something that can help you, you know, calm down at the end of the night. And I've really been struggling with that because most of the time in the evenings is when I get my workouts in, and then of course as soon as I come home I have to get dinner ready for my kids. I have to make sure they get fed and they get washed and they get into bed and everything like that. And sometimes, like, even once I do all of that, even though I've worked all day and I worked out afterwards and everything like that, like, I have a hard time just winding myself down because I'm on the go constantly. So when she mentioned this being something that could help with, you know, just kind of calming down at the end of the night, something that was organic, I definitely wanted to give it a try, and I can say that I have been liking this a lot. What I do is I actually put this in like a chamomile tea, and they actually have like passion flower tea as well, but I wanted to get like the raw form just in case I didn't like, well, I don't know, I just wanted to get the raw form. But I add about 20 to 40 drops, just depending on, like, you know, the first time I did the 20, I felt like I could bump it up a little bit more. Then I tried the 30, and then when I tried the 40, I think it was just too much. So like I go someplace in between 20 and 40 drops, just depending on how much help I need to calm down. I actually picked this up at one of my local like natural food stores. It was $14, which, I mean, it's not a whole lot in here, especially if you're talking about using 40 drops per night if you use it that regularly. So that's not cheap, but I will say it's definitely worth it. It's better for you than to drink a glass of wine, which is something that I'm also trying to cut back on, because sometimes at the end of the night, especially while I'm making dinner, I will have a glass of wine just to kind of wind me down, pun intended. But I'm trying to cut that back because I don't need to be drinking every night. That's just slightly ridiculous. So if you have problems with, you know, just winding your night down, definitely give this a shot. I have been liking it a lot. And again, you can find it at like your local natural food stores or whatever, like a Whole Foods even. So yeah, love that. And then also, this is going to be, it's going to be a little personal, and I actually don't have the actual product because I have it inside of me right now because I'm on my period. I am talking about the Diva cup. I have just like the little bag that it comes in, the Diva cup, and I'll make sure I post a picture of what it actually looks like. Basically, since I'm on this like natural living journey, I did a lot of research about pads and tampons and just how they're not good to use and how they're full of chemicals and toxins that can, like, you know, we almost made it through, my battery died. Anyways, so I was talking about the Diva cup, and the research that I did just basically informed me on how tampons and pads, the like the cotton and everything that they put in there are full with bleaches. Like they've had to bleach them and process them, and they put all these chemicals and everything in these products. And when you think about it, like I'm a tampon user, so you're inserting toxins in your body, like, you know, for at least 7 days out of the month, every month, and that's just downright scary to me. So I did my research and I seen a few products. I seen like reusable pads and stuff like that, but I decided what was best for me was getting a menstrual cup. The one that I used, or the one that I picked up specifically, was the Diva cup. I got size 2, which was for women who were either over 30 or had children. I've obviously had two kids myself, so I went on ahead and picked that up, and I must say that it has changed my life. For those who are not comfortable with, you know, doing whatever it takes for your body or with your body, this may not be for you, and that's fine, because there's other alternatives. There are organic pad brands and tampon brands as well, but for me, I'm like, it was economically friendly for my pocket, because I want to say it was like $40, which up front most people would be like, why the hell are you paying $40 for something that, you know, is holding your period? For me, it was worth it, because you buy this, I believe you can keep it for 2 years as long as you take good care of it, and that's, you know, that's money well spent to me. The thing that I like about it is that when you insert it, which, you know, like I said, if you're not comfortable with your body, this may not be good for you, because it's not like it's a tampon and like there's an applicator and a string to pull it out. You have to insert it. Like, I wish I had it with me. I'll have to do a separate video explaining how to, you know, use it and everything. But the reason why I like it is that I am able to leave it in for a long period of time. I don't feel it in my body. I don't worry about it being in my body, because it is made of a medical grade silicone, so it's not, you know, toxic in any way, and it's really easy to clean. Again, if you're not comfortable with, you know, dealing with your own blood, this may not be for you, but for me, it's easy. I'm able to pull it out, dump my period, and I rinse it out in my tub, which for the most part, I am always able to use, or I'm always able to change it out when I'm at home. People, they may have to, you know, clean it up while they're out. For me, luckily, I've only had to clean it out while I'm at home, and that works for me, because like I said, I'll clean it out in my tub where I know that I clean it all the time, and I'm not, you know, brushing my teeth in there or anything. So I have loved it. Like I said, like, you know, I'm able to leave it in there for a long period of time. I'm not worried about anything, and it holds a lot. Like, if you think about, like, you know, how often you're changing your tampon and everything, like, you would have to change it every 3 to 4 hours. I'm able to double that time with a menstrual cup. So that is definitely a favorite. If you guys want me to go in depth about the menstrual cup, just leave a comment down below, because I feel like I'm kind of rambling right now anyways, just all over the place. But yeah, definitely a favorite. Moving on, last thing, I have been, like I said, I've been making a lot of changes in my life, and one of the things that I needed to revisit was my faith in God. When I was growing up, I always went to church. Church was like a really big part of my life. It was a choice for me to be a Christian and to live a Christian life. And at some point in my life, I lost that. So here recently, probably about for the last 4 or 5 months or so, I'd say somewhere around there, I found a church. And the first day that I went there, it felt like home. And so me and my husband and my kids, we've been going consistently now, and I have, you know, slowly gotten back into my relationship and improving my relationship with Lord. So something that I picked up, which I thought was so funny that I would run across it now, because I never really heard of it before, but now thinking back, like, it's something that my mom has always done, but now it's just cuter. So I got a prayer journal, What I do is, you know, whenever I sit down at the end of the night, I try to make sure I give myself at least 2 to 3 minutes to sit and to pray, you know, to reflect on my day, reflect on my week, any issues that I may have. I may ask for understanding or whatever. And just to kind of track those thoughts, I make sure that I write them in the journal. And so I'm able to go back later on, like if I feel like maybe I've gained clarity on things, or maybe I need to see if I've made any progress with certain things, I'm able to go back and I'm able to read those things. And it's been really, really helpful just getting it on paper, because sometimes, like, I know I'll pray about things and like in that moment it's released, it's out there, but then, like, you know, I don't always go back to it. Like, I don't check back in with, you know, the conversation that I had. I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm following through on my part. So that also helps me do that. So yeah, so I advise you to, you know, if you don't have a relationship with the Lord, or if that's not something that you believe in, I would say meditation in general. Like, prayer to me is meditation, like sitting down with the Lord and just having a conversation and releasing things from me. Like, it makes me feel a lot lighter. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, you know, I'm doing what I need to do, and I know that there's a higher being that's guiding me to where I need to be. So meditate, pray, whatever you want to call it. I advise everybody to do that. I feel like everybody can gain a lot of clarity from that. So if that was hot and heavy, I apologize, but not really. I don't really apologize. So that was my April favorites. If you guys have any requests for videos, leave them down below. Also, if you don't know my channel right now, I am hosting a giveaway. It is going on until May 10th. I will make sure I leave it up in the cards so you are able to visit that video and to read all the rules and everything if you want to dig into that, girl. So yes, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.